10 feet. That's how close you are to the enemy. 10 feet. You can hear him breathing on the other side of the sandbags. You can smell his cigarette smoke. You can hear him whisper to his comrade in Japanese. He's trying to kill you. You're trying to kill him. And between you, a tennis court. April 1944. Kohima, India. For 14 days, British and Indian soldiers fought Japanese troops across a tennis court and through a bungalow. They were so close they threw grenades at each other like they were playing catch. This is what it was like to fight the most intimate battle of World War II. The tennis court was about 80 feet long, 36 feet wide, standard size, white boundary lines painted on dirt and grass, a net strung across the middle. Before the war, British colonial officers played weekend matches here. Polite applause, gin and tonics afterward at the club. Now, in April 1944, British troops are dug into trenches on one side, Japanese troops on the other. The distance between them varies, sometimes 15 feet, sometimes 12. In a few spots, just 10 feet of open ground separates the two sides. 10 feet. Stand up and measure that right now. Walk 10 feet in your room. That's how close they were. You're in your trench. It's night. You can hear the Japanese soldiers talking. You don't understand the words, but you recognize the tone. They're scared too. One of them laughs, nervous, strained. Another one is praying. You can hear it. You hear a sound, a metallic click. Someone's arming a grenade. Your hand goes to your own grenade. You pull the pin. You count 1, 2, 3, and you throw it high, hoping it arcs over and lands in their trench before theirs lands in yours. The explosion lights up the night. Screaming. Then silence. Then another grenade comes back. This happens 30, 40 times a night. Grenade exchanges across a tennis court, back and forth, like some nightmare version of the game this court was built for. Private Tom Hogg described it. You'd hear the grenade coming. Sometimes you'd see it, this black shape spinning through the air. You'd have maybe 2 seconds. You either dove flat or you grabbed it and threw it back. Some lads tried to throw them back. Most of them died. During the day, both sides try to retrieve their dead from the tennis court, but snipers cover every inch. Anyone who stands up gets shot, so the bodies stay there. The net somehow still stands, sagging now, torn in places. Bodies hang on it. British, Indian, Japanese, all mixed together. The smell becomes unbearable. Tropical heat, decomposition. Men vomit from the stench, but they stay in their trenches because there's nowhere else to go. The tennis court is maybe 100 yards from the bungalow. You can see it from your trench. That 2-story colonial house where the fighting is even worse. The district commissioner's bungalow, a beautiful colonial structure before the war. 2 stories, red-tiled roof, wide verandas where administrators used to take their evening tea, looking out over the hills. Now it's a fortress, and it's being destroyed room by room. The Japanese want it because it sits on the highest point. Whoever controls the bungalow can see everything, can direct fire, can dominate the entire position, so they attack it. Again and again. The fighting there is beyond anything most soldiers have ever experienced. You're inside the bungalow. You're on one side of a wall. The Japanese are on the other side. The wall is maybe 18 inches thick, but you can hear them through it, talking, breathing, moving equipment. You hear them plant explosives. You have seconds. You dive away from the wall. The explosion tears a hole through it. Dust, smoke, ringing ears, and then they're coming through the hole, and you're shooting at shapes in the smoke, and everyone's screaming. A room changes hands 3 times in one afternoon. You're fighting in a bedroom. There's still a bed frame in the corner, blown apart now. The wallpaper, faded flowers, very British, is shredded. Blood on everything. A Japanese soldier comes through the doorway. You fire. He drops. Another one behind him. You fire. Empty. You grab your bayonet, and he's already on you with his own, and you're locked together, pushing, straining. You can see his face inches away, young, terrified, just like you. You kill him. You don't remember exactly how. It happened so fast. You're shaking. You've just killed a man close enough to smell his breath. This happens dozens of times a day in that bungalow. Sergeant Bert Fitt. We'd be on one side of a wall, they'd be on the other. We could hear them arming grenades. We'd arm our own grenades. We'd wait, count, then throw at the same time. The explosion would knock you down even if you were expecting it. Then, silence. Then you'd hear someone crying for help on the other side, but you couldn't help. You just waited for them to attack again. The bungalow has maybe 20 rooms. Over 2 weeks, every single room is fought for. Some rooms are held by British troops during the day, Japanese at night. Neither side controls anything completely. You spend hours staring at a doorway, rifle aimed, waiting. Your eyes burn. Your hands cramp. But you don't move, because the moment you relax, they'll come through that door. At night, the Japanese charge. They come screaming. The sound in the darkness is primordial terror. They pour into the bungalow, and you fight them in pitch black, shooting at muzzle flashes, stabbing at sounds. When dawn comes, the bungalow is still standing, barely. But it's not a building anymore. It's rubble held together by blood. Let me tell you what fear feels like at 10 feet. It's not the fear of artillery, where the shell might land on you or might not. It's not the fear of a sniper somewhere far away. It's the fear of certainty. The enemy is right there. You can hear him. Tonight or tomorrow or in an hour, one of you is going to try to kill the other. There's no doubt. No maybe. It's guaranteed. You can't sleep. Every sound might be them coming. That scrape of metal, is that a weapon? That whisper, are they planning an attack? You lie in your trench, eyes open, heart hammering, hour after hour after hour. When you do sleep, you don't sleep deeply. Some part of your brain stays alert. The slightest sound jerks you awake, grabbing for your rifle. You're exhausted beyond anything you've experienced. Your body is shutting down. Your hands shake constantly. You can't think straight. Simple tasks, loading your rifle, opening a tin of food, take forever because your brain is fog. But you can't rest because they're right there, 10 feet away, and you're starving. Your last real meal was 12 days ago. You're down to a biscuit and a handful of rice per day. Your body is eating itself. You can see your own ribs. Your uniform hangs loose. You're thirsty. The water ration is a cup a day. 1 cup. Your lips are cracked and bleeding. Your tongue feels thick. When it rains, you scramble to catch drops in your helmet, and you drink it warm and muddy and full of ash, and it's the best thing you've ever tasted. You're sick. Dysentery has you cramping so bad you can barely move. But you stay in your trench because there's no latrine, no doctor, no choice. And you're surrounded by death. Your friend died this morning. He's lying 6 feet away. You can see him. The flies are already on him. You should move him, bury him, do something, but you can't. Snipers. So he stays there. And tomorrow someone else will die, and they'll stay there too. Private John Wright said, "The worst part wasn't being scared you'd die. It's that you knew exactly how you'd die. You'd see a grenade coming and you wouldn't be fast enough, or they'd come over the wire at night and you'd run out of bullets. You knew, you just didn't know when. That's what fear is at 10 feet. It's not abstract. It's specific. It's personal. The man trying to kill you isn't a distant concept. He's right there. And you're right here. And there's nowhere to hide. This went on for 14 days. 14 days of fighting across a tennis court and through a bungalow. 14 days of grenade exchanges at 10-foot distance. 14 days of fear so intense it broke men's minds. And then, on April 18th, they heard artillery in the distance. British guns. Relief was coming. But even after relief arrived, the fighting in the bungalow and around the tennis court continued for weeks. Every room had to be taken, every trench cleared. The Japanese fought to the death. They wouldn't surrender, couldn't surrender. When it finally ended, the tennis court was unrecognizable. Cratered, scorched, covered in shell casings and blood. The bungalow was a ruin. Walls collapsed, roof gone, just rubble and memory. But they'd held. Somehow, impossibly, they'd held. Sergeant Major George Wright, 60 years later. I still dream about the tennis court. I'm back in that trench, and I can hear them on the other side, 10 feet away, and I know they're coming. I wake up, and my heart is pounding, and for a moment, I don't know where I am. You never really leave. Part of you stays in that trench forever. Today, if you visit Kohima, the tennis court has been rebuilt. People play tennis on it again, weekend matches, polite applause. But there's a memorial there, a stone marker. It says, "Here, men fought hand to hand for 64 days, 10 feet apart." If you want to understand the full story, the build-up, the siege, why this tiny hill station mattered, I've linked the complete documentary below. Because some fears deserve to be understood, some battles deserve to be remembered. And the tennis court where men threw grenades at each other in the dark? That's one of them.